Imagine waking up one day and noticing that familiar activities, like a brisk walk around the neighborhood or carrying groceries from the car, leave you more winded than they used to. It's not a sharp pain or sudden scare. It's just a subtle heaviness in your chest or a quicker shortness of breath that makes you pause and wonder if this is the new normal. On Senior Society, I've talked with so many people in their 60s and beyond who feel exactly that, a quiet shift they brush off as just getting older, when in reality it's their hearts sending early signals that things are changing inside. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death for adults over 65, claiming one life every 33 seconds according to the American Heart Association's 2025 statistics. And it often builds silently over years without fanfare. But here's what brings me hope every time. These changes aren't an unstoppable fate. Understanding how the heart ages after 60, why it starts to fail slowly as some call it, and how for everyday foods can help protect it, gives us real power to push back. If you felt that extra fatigue on stairs or a flutter you can't quite explain, stay with me. This could be the conversation that helps your heart stay stronger longer. The heart is an incredible machine, beating over 100,000 times a day without rest. But like any hard-working organ, it shows wear as decades pass. After 60, several natural shifts begin that make the cardiovascular system more vulnerable. The heart muscle itself thickens slightly, a condition called left ventricular hypertrophy. The chambers stiffen, reducing how much blood fills them with each beat. This means the heart pumps less efficiently, often leading to higher blood pressure as arteries lose elasticity too. A 2023 review in Circulation Research explains that arterial stiffness increases pulse pressure, forcing the heart to work harder against resistance, much like pushing water through a narrowing hose. By age 70, many experience a 20 to 30% drop in maximum heart rate response to exercise. Per Harvard Medical School data, because pacemaker cells in the sinoatrial node decline by up to 90% from youth levels, valves thicken and calcify, sometimes causing murmurs or leaks that strain pumping further. Blood vessels narrow from plaque buildup, atherosclerosis, that accumulates quietly, restricting flow and raising risks for clots or reduced oxygen to the heart muscle itself. These aren't sudden breakdowns. They're gradual adaptations that tip toward trouble when combined with common factors like rising cholesterol, inflammation from poor diet, or reduced activity. The result? Heart failure prevalence jumps to 10 to 20% over 75, often as heart failure with preserved ejection fraction where the stiff heart unrelaxed properly to fill. According to the New England Journal of Medicine, shortness of breath on exertion, legs swelling from backed-up fluid, or fatigue that lingers are on just old age. They signs the heart is struggling to keep up with demands it once met easily. Yet the encouraging part comes from studies like the Framingham Heart Study, spanning decades, showing that lifestyle tweaks in midlife and beyond can slow these changes by 30 to 50%, preserving function and cutting events like attacks or strokes. What drives this slow fade most? Reduced nitric oxide production makes vessels less flexible. Inflammation from oxidative stress damages cells. And mitochondrial efficiency in heart muscle drops, producing less energy for beats. A 2024 Lancet Healthy Longevity paper highlights how after 60, endothelial function, the inner lining of blood vessels, declines, impairing dilation and raising pressure. Collagen, cross-linking, stiffens tissues, while fibrosis scars the heart slightly over time. For many, It's compounded by years of higher sodium intake or lower potassium, tipping electrolyte balance and straining pumps.
But the body remains remarkably responsive. Even starting changes in your 70s or 80s can ease this load, as trials show diet shifts lowering systolic pressure 10 to 15 points in months.
That's where food becomes quietly powerful, not as a cure, but as daily support for the heart's ongoing work. In the next part, we'll explore 4 foods that stand out in research for countering these exact shifts, from boosting nitric oxide to fighting inflammation and protecting vessels. They're simple, accessible, and backed by trials on thousands of older adults, showing real drops in risk factors. Your heart has carried you this far. Giving it these allies can help it keep going strong. The good news is that while the heart faces these natural shifts after 60, what we eat can make a meaningful difference in easing the strain and supporting repair. Research consistently points to 4 foods that stand out for their ability to improve vessel flexibility, lower inflammation, boost circulation, and protect heart muscle: berries, oats, salmon, and leafy greens. These aren't exotic or expensive. They're staples that appear across major heart-healthy patterns like the Mediterranean and DASH diets. Both ranked top 4 cardiovascular protection in older adults by U.S. News and World Report's 2025 evaluations. Studies on thousands of seniors show that regular intake of these can lower blood pressure 5 to 10 points, reduce LDL cholesterol 10 to 15%, and cut heart event risk 20 to 30% over years. Let's look at each one, why it helps, the specific changes we talked about, and simple ways to enjoy them. Berries come first because they are one of the most potent natural ways to fight the oxidative stress and inflammation that stiffen arteries and burden the heart. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, any kind pack anthocyanins, compounds that give them their deep color, and help relax blood vessels by boosting nitric oxide, the same molecule that declines with age and contributes to higher pressure. A 2023 review in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition analyzed 20 trials and found seniors eating a cup of berries daily lowered systolic pressure an average of 5 points and improved endothelial function, the inner lining of arteries, by 15% in months. That's meaningful when stiffness raises pulse pressure and heart workload. Berries also curb inflammation markers like C-reactive protein by 20% per nutrients meta-analysis on older adults, easing the low-grade fire that scars heart tissue over time. For the stiffening valves and chambers, their fiber and potassium support better electrolyte balance, indirectly aiding rhythm. Enjoy a handful fresh, frozen in yogurt, or blended into a smoothie. Aim for a cup most days, as the Framingham Heart Study linked higher berry intake to 25% lower heart failure risk in elders. Follow as a gentle daily ally for cholesterol and steady energy that takes load off the heart. Their beta-glucan fiber binds bile acids in the gut, pulling cholesterol out, and lowering LDL by 5 to 10% with just half a cup daily. According to a 2024 Cochrane review on over 60s, this matters because plaque buildup narrows vessels, forcing the heart to pump harder against resistance that rises with age. Oats also stabilize blood sugar, preventing spikes that damage endothelium and raise inflammation, key for the 40% of seniors with prediabetes facing higher failure risk. Magnesium in oats, about 60 milligrams per serving, relaxes vessels and supports rhythm, cutting arrhythmia odds in deficient elders by 20% per a Journal of the American College of Nutrition study. Start your morning with oatmeal topped with berries, or blend into muffins 3 servings weekly showed 12% better vascular function in a European Journal of Nutrition trial on older adults. Salmon stands out for its omega-3 south that directly soothe inflammation and improve heart efficiency. EPA and DHA in fatty fish like salmon reduce triglycerides 20 to 30% and calm plaque instability. Per a 2025 American Heart Association advisory reviewing trials on seniors, or the thickened muscle and stiff chambers, omega-3 south enhanced diastolic filling the heart's relaxation phase by 15% in heart failure patients. As a circulation meta-analysis found, they also boost nitric oxide for better dilation, lowering pressure 4 to 8 points. A landmark 2023 study in the New England Journal of Medicine followed 10,000 over 65s supplementing equivalent to 2 salmon servings weekly. Cardiac events dropped 13%. Gake, grill, or can twice weekly provides the dose most studies link to benefits, without mercury worry in moderate amounts. Leafy greens rounded out with their nitrate and antioxidant punch for circulation and pressure control. Spinach, kale, arugula convert nitrates to nitric oxide, dilating vessels and dropping systolic 5 to 10 points, matching some meds in a hypertension journal review on elders. Their potassium 558 mg per spinach cup counters, sodiums hold, easing fluid strain on the heart, while folate lowers homocysteine, a vessel damager raised in 30% of seniors. Vitamin K supports valve health, and lutein protects against oxidative hits. Trial variant rich in greens cut heart failure risk 20% in older women. Sought, salad, or smoothie aim for 2 cups daily. These for berries for antioxidants, oats for cholesterol and stability. Salmon for omega-3 repair. Greens for nitrates and minerals target the core aging shifts, stiffness, inflammation, poor flow, inefficient pumping. Combined in patterns like DASH, they lower CVD risk 30% in observational data on thousands over 65s. In Part 3, we'll tie them into an easy daily rhythm with recipes and timing tips. Your heart's still listening, let's give it what it needs. Now that we've explored how the heart changes after 60 and the 4 foods that stand out for supporting it, berries, oats, salmon, and leafy greens, let's bring this home with a practical rhythm that fits real life. The beauty is in consistency, not perfection. And these foods work best when woven into meals you already enjoy, timed to match your body's natural flow. Research from the pre-dimed trial and DASH studies shows that combining them in patterns like this lowers heart disease risk 20 to 30% over years, with noticeable shifts in energy and ease often within weeks. Start small, add one at a time, and let your body guide the pace. A gentle way to begin is with oats in the morning, setting a steady tone for the day. Half a cup, cooked with water or milk, provides that beta-glucan fiber to gently lower cholesterol and keep blood sugar even, easing the heart's workload from early on. Top with a handful of berries, blueberries, or strawberries for anthocyanins that boost vessel flexibility right when morning stiffness might linger. This combo, studied in a 2023 European Journal of Nutrition trial on seniors, improved vascular function 12% more than oats alone over 8 weeks. If mornings feel rushed, overnight oats work to mix the night before. Add berries fresh. It's quiet fuel that keeps pressure stable and inflammation low as the day unfolds. Midday, weave in leafy greens, perhaps a spinach salad or kale sautéed with lunch. 2 cups deliver nitrates converting to nitric oxide for better flow, plus potassium to balance sodium and folate for vessel health. A hypertension journal analysis found greens-rich lunches dropped afternoon systolic pressure 5 to 8 points in older adults, countering the natural rise from daily stress. Paired with a little olive oil or avocado, the fats unlock lutein for retinal support and calm inflammation further. If salads aren't your thing, blend into a soup or wilt into eggs. The key is that steady green boost when digestion peaks. Afternoon or early evening brings salmon's turn. Twice or thrice weekly for those omega-3s south that soothe plaque and enhance pumping efficiency. A 3-ounce portion grilled or baked supplies. EPA/DHA to reduce triglycerides 20% and improve diastolic filling per circulation reviews on elders. Pair with leftover greens or a sweet potato side, the potassium synergy eases fluid strain. Canned in water works for quick salads if fresh feels daunting. This timing lets fats absorb well post-meal, supporting repair as evening winds down. Berries shine again near day's end, perhaps as dessert or in yogurt. Cicada, their anthocyanins peaking for overnight glymphatic cleanup. A cup before bed aligns with BDNF release for brain-heart links as journals of gerontology trials. Linked evening berries to 10% better morning cognition and pressure control. Close with herbal tea if swelling lingers. Hydration flushes gently. This rhythm: oats and berries morning, greens midday, salmon evenings. Berries closing isn't rigid. Rotate based on what you have, aiming 3 to 4 most days. A sample week might start Monday with berry oatmeal, spinach, salad lunch, salmon dinner. Tuesday, swap salmon for eggs with greens. Consistency compounds. Framingham offspring data on similar patterns cut failure risk 25% over decades. Listen to your body if energy dips mid-afternoon. Add beets occasionally for nitrates or avocados for potassium. Cracks small wins, easier breaths on walks, steadier mornings, less ankle swell. Your heart has carried you faithfully through decades. These foods are a way to return the care, easing stiffness, calming inflammation, improving flow, sustaining rhythm. They're not about perfection, but partnership. Small choices echoing in clearer days ahead. If this feels like a path worth walking, start with one food tomorrow. Notice how it settles. Your heart's still listening, still ready to respond. If this conversation touched something in you, if it reminded you of your own quiet concerns or sparked a bit of hope for steadier years, please give the video a like so others find it too. Share in the comments which food you try first or how your heart's been feeling lately. Your experiences often light the way for someone else. I read them all, and they mean a lot. For more gentle ways to support the body that's carried you this far, subscribe to Senior Society and tap the bell. We're here together, one thoughtful step at a time. Take good care of that remarkable heart of yours. God, it deserves it.